Moving on to section 16 of our terminology, which starts here on row 145 with unification and unify. And just to show a graphic of where we are, there's two graphics here. One is where we bring in our connections, our data streams into our data lake objects. We do harmonizing to the data model. We do unification, and that's where we are focused today. Down here we have provisioning. Connections would come in here. With data ingestion, we've done data modeling. Today we are here on identity resolution unification. I do want to point out that sometimes harmonizing means this step of data modeling and data mapping, whereas other times harmonize is used to describe those steps all the way through to segmentation, which kind of makes sense because all of this work is stored in data model objects and has to do with harmonizing all the incoming data into something usable, I guess you could say. But I do see that it's used in these two different ways, one to represent just this step and one to represent all the steps through segmentation. This graphic doesn't even include segmentation, and the analytics may or may not be considered part of harmonizing. But anyway, let's go to the terminology. So unification is creating unified profiles from data from multiple sources linked together using identity resolution match and reconciliation rules. MDM stands for Master Data Management. And what is Master Data Management? It is creating a single master record for each person, place, or thing in a business from across internal and external data sources and applications. This information has been deduplicated, reconciled, and enriched, becoming a consistent, reliable source. So this comes up because of this term golden record. And the question is a unified profile a golden record or not? And I believe that we are seeing it called golden record in some places, and in other places we are being told that it is definitely not a golden record. So I have opened a case to try to get clarity on this question. Let's read what it is. Golden record is an element of master data management, which is a single master record for each person, place, or thing in a business from across internal and external data sources and applications. So here's a quote from Simon Connock in the official Data Cloud video series. It says, "It's very important to understand that a unified profile from Data Cloud is not the same as what's often referred to as a golden record. A golden record merges the best data really into a single view of a customer. A Data Cloud unified profile, on the other hand, creates a much more complex and actually comprehensive customer view, integrating data from diverse sources and systems and maintaining a complete data lineage that extends beyond the contact details to include preferences, behaviors, and interactions." There is a website where it says Data Cloud is not a chalice imbued with miraculous powers to increase sales, but it is a hyperscale customer data platform that connects every relevant bit of historical and real-time data to create a single golden record for every customer. So I think what they're trying to say is that it's like a golden record for master data management, but even better because we're not only taking just the best values to create the unified profile, but we're also keeping all of that engagement data together with the unified profile. So identity resolution, I think, is just another term for unification. It's the process of identity management by means of matching and reconciling data about people or companies into a comprehensive view called unified profiles. Identity resolution is powered by rule sets and creates unified and link objects. IR is the abbreviation for identity resolution, and identity resolution rule sets are a combination of match and reconciliation rules used to combine source records to resolve identity and create unified profiles. Rule set is a user-selected combination of match and reconciliation rules used to combine source records to resolve identity and create unified profiles. So these really kind of go together, and they are made up. And I think the word resolution and reconciliation look so similar and sound so similar that it's easy to get this confused. An identity resolution rule set is made up of two things: match rules and reconciliation rules. So what are match rules? Match rules are a set of rules used to link multiple records into a unified individual within identity resolution rule sets. There are two kinds of matching. There's deterministic matching and probabilistic matching. These are not in the official glossary, but they are mentioned in some of the learning materials. So deterministic is exact match, and probabilistic is fuzzy or presumably also normalized matching, where maybe the source value isn't exactly the same, but we are saying it's basically the same, close enough, so we're going to consider it to be the same. That's probabilistic versus deterministic, which is an exact match. Identity reconciliation, as opposed to identity resolution. A key component of identity resolution. Rules dictate which duplicate attributes are chosen to represent a unified individual. These can be customized. So reconciliation rules are part of this identity reconciliation. User-defined rules that determine which source the system uses when creating unified individual profiles. Options include, and this is important, last updated, most frequent, or source priority. So what we're saying here is we've identified multiple records from multiple sources, and they may have different values. So which one should be chosen? Should it be the most recent update? Maybe the most recent value is the best. Or maybe if this value appears 5 times and this other value only appears 2 times, then let's take the one that appears 5 times. So that would be most frequent. Or have we figured out that one source of data is better, cleaner, more recent, whatever, than other sources? We could prioritize the sources and say, okay, if there's a value in this object, let's take that as a first priority. If not, then let's take it from the second object, and if not, then let's take it from the third object. So that would be source priority. So our 3 options in reconciliation rules, or identity reconciliation, and we can do this by object or even down to the field level, field by field. We can say take the last updated value, take the most frequent value, or take the value from this object first, this object second, this object third, and so on. A unified profile is a profile that contains customer data reconciled across multiple sources as a single record using identity resolution rule sets, which are made up of match rules and reconciliation rules. CR stands for consolidation rate, the amount by which source profiles were combined to produce unified profiles, calculated as 1 minus the number of unified individuals over the number of source individuals. So for example, if you ingest 100 source records and create 80 unified profiles, then your consolidation rate is 20%. To increase the consolidation rate, you could add more match rules. So you're saying there are more possibilities of ways to identify records as matches. To reduce the consolidation rate, remove some match rules. So you're saying there are fewer ways in which records could be matched or decided to be for the same customer. Known data versus anonymous data. When these identity resolution rule sets run to do the matching and then do the reconciling and come up with unified profiles with a certain consolidation rate, Some of those will be considered to be known profiles, and some of them will be considered to be anonymous profiles. The known ones are data that most companies have about their customers, such as postal addresses, mobile numbers, or email addresses, often related to profiles. So there's enough information to say we know who this profile belongs to. But anonymous data isn't associated with a specific person or account. Maybe it's a mobile ad ID, a first-party cookie, a hashed email address, sometimes referred to as unknown data. Profiles in Data Cloud can be anonymous or known. So if several records are identified as being for the same customer, but all we really know about them is one of these kinds of things, like a mobile ad ID, then it's an anonymous profile, and it doesn't count against our consumption credits. As soon as more data comes in that can tie that mobile ad ID, for example, to data that would help us know who the customer is, such as a postal address, mobile number, or an email address, then that anonymous profile will become a known profile and will count against our consumption credits.